Alright guys, well here's what's going on right now. So where we are is we have just finished having lunch with our wife Telis, and we just got called out to a robbery at a grocery store. Now here's what I'm going to tell you right now. This could go horribly wrong. I have already tried this earlier today. There are a couple of issues with this game. One of those issues is we need to go to the supermarket on Zodier Street. One of the issues with this game is that when it was written and designed in 1999, it incorporated some first-person shooter elements that were not designed the way we have come accustomed to using first-person shooters now. We are pretty much spoiled by a format where we use a handful of arrow keys to move, and then we use our mouse to aim and shoot. And when we move left and right, we strafe left and right, and that's kind of a standard feature of just about any shooter game now. This did not adhere to that standard, number one. Number two, this game, because it was written for the time of Windows 98, there are a lot of compatibility problems to get it to work on a modern PC. And I have been doing some research. I have downloaded a thing to fix the joystick, and I have to try to use this on the joystick, and it's going to be very, very touch and go here. So we're now in the shootout. We're now in the supermarket shootout, but I've got to do this with a joystick, and I've got to use the D-pad to steer. I've got to use the right stick to shoot, and it's going to be really challenging. There's no doubt about it. It is really challenging. And so, okay, he just knocked out that cop. Here's my health bar. Can I switch guns? I've got 10 shots on my super duper gun. So really the problem here is going to be control. In order to control this the way I need to control, in order to be able to whip around and shoot and respond, it's going to be extremely difficult. And I am probably going to die. And if you die in here, you get revived, you continue the game, but you miss out on a sequence. So if you can finish the shooting sequence, you then get to make your way to a fighting sequence. And if I'm not mistaken now, if you pick up these health pyramids, they boost your health in place. Okay, so that med kit boosted my health in place. Okay, so the stick control, very difficult. And there's a dude whose name is, I put a link to his website in the playlist. His name is Richard something or another, and I'm sorry I forgot right now. It's funny, on Steam he goes by the nickname of Dick, but he put this article in Steam. He posted to some bunch of people complaining about all kinds of issues. And again, like I said, I played this game when it was new, back in the days of Windows 98, and then I've tried playing it on XP machines and Vista machines, and I've been running into all kinds of issues as well, just because the way Windows 98 used to let hardware work and how post-98 machines don't work the same way. Has to do with Microsoft's DirectX. Okay, now luckily the guys are a little bit stupid, so I can kind of move around a little bit. Oh crap, that wasn't the same guy. Okay, so I got to try to go around a different angle and take this guy out, because my controllability here is very, very hard to manage. So does he not see me? Okay. And so yeah, I'm taking some cheesy shots, and I need them because it's so hard to play and steer. I'm using the D-pad to move around and the right stick to aim, and it's just not as elegant as we are used to as modern first-person shooters and computer gamers and whatnot. Okay, got you in one-hit wonder right there. A one-hit wonder. Okay, that was a civilian that just ran by. Okay, those dudes have been taken out. Alright, very tough. Tough. There's another health pyramid to pick up. Let me take that. Okay. My health, maybe half full, depending if you're an optimist or not. These guys duck and cover, bob and weave pretty good. Okay, there's a... Okay, that's good. I needed that. Two dudes. Bank robber dudes. Yeah, this thumbstick is so hard. It's far from precise or responsive when you need it to be. Alright, can't go down that way. So far I'm surviving. There are a number of sequences like this. And this guy's ducking and covering. Okay, and I might even remap my buttons. The guy who wrote this joystick wrapper patch thingy suggested that we use the right mouse button, the right bumper as your aim button. I might remap that at some point in time. Yeah, that gun works a heck of a lot better. So even though I didn't shoot the civilian, the bad guy did. Okay, so my life has been picked up. So far, it's okay. It's not as hard. I've been trying this all weekend, and I've been having a heck of a time controlling. Dang you. I'm about ready to die. Yeah, crap. Oh my god. This is insane.
The last of them is hiding in the underground warehouse. Don't let him get away. He's the most dangerous one of all.
Okay, deep breath, deep breath. Oosa. So that was not the hardest first-person shooter sequence as far as shooting sequences go. It was hard because the controls are impossible. Okay, let's take the med kit. Now I'm back in walking mode. Now I think I actually need to consume that med kit. Let me check out my stats. Yeah, my energy is pretty low. Hopefully I can find a few more pickups. Okay, so because I survived the first-person shooter sequence, I am now going to get in a fight in here. And this is one of the fighting sequences. There are some slightly wonky things about how this thing controls. So here's the dude I have to fight now. And this will become a fighter, and I should be able to use my buttons. Look how quickly he knocked me down. Okay, so now that I'm using my joystick, I should be able to fight a little bit better than when I was doing it in the simulator before. Before I was using the keyboards, and now I can actually button mash like a normal fighter. Oh, man. Dude! This guy's kicking my butt. It is anybody's game at this point now. My health is low. Combo move. 2 more hits and you're down, bro. Down, down, down. Okay. So I took him down. Does he get arrested? I got 5 magic reams from taking this guy out. I don't know what to do with this. Alright, I think there's some hidden things in here that I need to pick up. Alright, what is this? What is that? Mana potion. Mana potion is what boosts or beefs up your magic abilities. I know there's a way to get on top of some of these boxes, I think, and find your way around here. Is there, or is there not? I could have sworn there was a way to get up here, but it's been so long since I've played this. Alright, so I fought a dude. I survived the first-person shooter. So this was the supermarket shootout scene. This is so tough. I tell you what, I've been trying to play this game all weekend, and I've been running after glitch after glitch. I've been running into all kinds of glitches, and it all has to do with the time that this game was made. This game is a Windows 98 type game, and there were certain hardware problems with how newer versions of Windows did not let old Windows 98 games play well. And it has to do with a piece of software that's called DirectX. And DirectX is what allows Windows to put 3D graphics up on the screen. And in the olden days of Windows 98, the software was much more directly linked to the hardware, which means that the program could actually directly manipulate the video card and memory, and that was actually better because games could run faster at a time when computers were not as fast. The problem with that is that for stability reasons, when you let software directly manipulate hardware, you run a risk of having that software crash your system. And so Windows made some fundamental changes to how DirectX is able to interface directly with hardware. And so older games that expect that direct connection, they don't work, or they don't work right, or they don't work well. And this is a classic example of something that really relied on DirectX. The police reinforcements still haven't come, and there were more than 8 robbers involved in the holdup. It's strange that I was sent to this death trap unaccompanied. If they wanted to kill me, they could have picked a better way. So I guess he's suspecting he's in an ambush. All right, so here's another dude. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I just gave him some money. Wow, now I can buy some Kloop's beer. The spring bean will reward you. One of these beggars you're supposed to tip a few times, and he gives you a pass to use later in the game. This might not be the beggar. Let us share all our material possessions. So I'm going to give him money. What? Is this all you gave me? He might not be the beggar. I'm supposed to do this to you. La 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 la. May the supreme being bless you. Okay, he is not the beggar I need to be tipping right now. One of these beggars will actually give you a pass to get into a secret place. Let's go to the bar, shall we? Since I just survived one shootout, let's go to another one. And I might actually want to get some health med packs or something first. But let's go ahead and go to the bar. And let's do another shootout. Because I survived one, I am feeling extra rambunctious. Okay, this is the bar. What's my health look like again? My energy is 23. Maybe not. Maybe I should visit a drugstore first. Do I see a drugstore around here anywhere? Another inhabitable body right there.
Yes, can I help you?
Why, yes, you may. Medkit large. 1, 2. Not enough cetics. Okay.
Goodbye.
Okay. I didn't realize I was that low on money. Alright, how's my health? Let's use my mana potion too. Alright, now. My energy's still only 63. I'm a little concerned that this is not going to be enough. I'm wondering if I should save. You know what I'm going to do? I am not going to fight the dudes right now. I'm going to go back and talk to my captain. And I am going to tell her that I've interrogated prisoner Jenna. And that I think Jenna is innocent. That's what I'm going to do. Because I don't have enough health right now. And I can't afford to die just yet. So she is at -4. Captain Lee. Captain Lee. Or Leah. Where are the... Okay. There's Captain Lee.
Well, Agent Kale, do you think Jenna 712 is guilty?
No, ma'am, I do not. I think she had nothing to do with the attack. She should be released.
Right. We agree with you. You can go about your business. Oh, do me a favor. Get me a cup of coil. Dying of thirst.
Okay. Now, this is where I can take my drug coil and give it to her.
Thanks. Dismissed.
And that's where she drinks it. Nice long sip. And she will promptly... Boom. Hope you don't get a concussion by banging your head there, Captain. So let's raid her supplies here. This is Captain Leah's police badge. What's she have in her cabinet here? She has a sandwich. And that will probably help my health, which I desperately need right now. So let's... Okay. Alright. I have... Okay, there is a little bit, few more sandwiches here. I can use that sandwich, I can use some cola. I can use a Chocovat bar. Let's see how that's helped my health. Yeah, my energy's up to 93 now, so I'm a little bit stronger. I don't want to risk my life just yet. but I think now this is also where the archives are, if I'm not mistaken. Is this? No, this is not where the archive is, but this is something completely different. This is interesting. This is a control room. Oh, if I'm not mistaken, I think there were lockers in here I could raid for supplies. Let's raid the lockers. Right now I need all the inventory I can get. Okay, there's some rings where I can save. I probably should save. What is that? That is Deca-gun ammunition. Okay. This is a double waiver ammunition. This is a memo on the dossier archives. Empty. Oh, another ring. I can use those rings to save. Is there anything in here? Empty. Alright, so that was worth the haul. How many rings do I have? Let's check my inventory. My rings are 7. Should I save my game right now? I think I probably should. I still have 6 rings left, so I think it takes 1 ring for every save. Now here's another thing about this room here, if memory serves. So there's a bunch of people here monitoring all these control things, right? It's a pretty cool control room. When you go over here, there is a, this is the control panel for the terminals in the surveillance room. You can hit a button. You can grab a fuse. That takes the fuse out of the system. When you come back out here, this guy gets all bent out of shape. Got a problem?
This goddamn computer's broken down again. How are we supposed to work in conditions like this? I'm gonna get the maintenance man.
Alright, so he now leaves his desk unattended. So there's 2 ways you can achieve an objective in this game. One of them is you can use this terminal here and control one of those mecha robot things and access the archives with that mecha thing. Yeah, and that's the hard way. Now let's go here. Let's go ahead and use the fuse and put it back. Alright, the fuse is back in place, and that guy will never return. So once he's left his desk, he doesn't come back. So one of my options here is I can use this desk here and I can control a mecha guard, and then you go into kind of like a third-person sequence where you will control one of those robots. You have to blast your way through a bunch of mazes and shoot out all the other robots, and then you can eventually make your way into the archive room. That's one way to do it. But the easier way to do it is, since I just drugged my captain, I need to go to the archive room, -3. Since I just drugged my captain, I can use her security badge to get in. And what will this do? Okay, that's the detention room that I can't get to anymore. I don't need to get to that detention room. Where's the archive room? Archive room must be on the other side. Yes, this is the archive room here. So this is being guarded by a giant mecha droid, mecha bot, whatever, mecha who? Mecha what? Alright, so I'm going to use Leah's police badge. What did I just do? Okay. Leah's police badge. Use. I have now let myself into the archive. This is confidential stuff here. So now I can read classified files, and since I'm in here, I might as well read them all. So let's pull up the terminal and see what this is all about. So the first file is called the Manic Dossier. Okay, lifeless body of Hyundai 630 was found in her home. She had been stabbed 11 times. Investigation led rapidly to Manic, the famous arena gladiator who represents the Tetra Trust. He was also the ex-husband of the victim when she left him, publicly threatened to kill her. Manic's fingerprints were found at the scene of the crime. Traces of the victim's blood were found on his clothes, and the weapon was found under his bed. Okay, closed at the request of the Tetra Trust. That's interesting. So this guy is working for the banks, and the banks closed his file. So that's showing you that there's some corruption going on here. Number 2, Kandusu, whatever. Several workers from Kansu Energy Factory were rushed to the medical services. They were suffering from serious genetic modifications leading to the irreversible physical lesions and death of the subjects in atrocious pain. The investigation in the factory indicated serious neglect of personal security in the interest of saving money for the company. And this has been closed by the order of Legatee Reshev. So that's another indication that the government and the banks are corrupt. Serial killings dossier. Okay. The body of a certain Maya 121 was found in an alleyway in Anekpa. This new murder is the 15th in less than 2 weeks. The murders have several features in common. All the bodies were horribly mutilated, and the victims disappeared 4 days before their bodies were found. Report. The murderer is extremely savage. No one ever sees the murderer come to or leave the scene of the crime. The only motive seems to be a morbid pleasure in killing. An autopsy report on the latest victim has been requested from Zone 42 Morgue. A certain Anessa 109, dancer at 9010 Qualisar Boulevard, is reported to have seen something on the occasion of the murder of Maya Loya. Dossier is confidential level 4. No consultation without special authorization. And then last but not least, number 4 is the sexual harassment. Logic complaint, sexual harassment against Agent Mivat. The plaintiff works as a private secretary for the minister in the Ministry of Religion. She complains the minister's pressing advances on many different occasions. Although she firmly refuses his propositions, she claims that the minister continues his harassment, going so far as to kiss her forcibly. She claims that he threatened to have her transferred to a menial task in the sewing factory if she did not yield to his advances, at which she decided to lodge a complaint. The case was closed by the request of Minister Urataz, or whatever his name is. So basically what we have seen here is that all forms of power in this world are completely corrupt. So the government's corrupt, the banks are corrupt, and the churches are corrupt. So apparently the things that the awakened are trying to warn people of through their propaganda appear to be true. So where do we go? Where do we go? Should we go to the morgue? We just learned of an autopsy that needs to be done at the morgue. Is that a good way to end this episode? Should we end the episode on something morbid, or should I start that for a new episode? Oh, the questions. It is so hard to say. Oh, well, you know what I think I'm going to do? I am going to go ahead and end this episode. And we will call this episode the grocery store robbery episode. That's probably the highlight of this one. And then the next episode will pick up where we start to investigate the morgue. So that's it for this episode of Omikron the Nomad Soul. As you can see here, there is a lot going on. So there is the actual just cool visual style of the game, this kind of space age, futuristic, kind of Logan's Run, Blade Runner looking world. There's that. But then there's the story. There's a really cool story going on here. There's lots of mysteries to unravel as well. So we are going to continue to unravel these mysteries in the next episode as we visit the morgue and look for more clues. So until then, I have been the original gamer, StevieStrow. You have been watching a complete playthrough of Omikron the Nomad Soul. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, throw out a comment, subscribe to the channel, share with your friends. I'll see you all next time. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye, and peace out now.